Hello, welcome to the final episode of Science from Home. I'm Molly, your host. I'm also a librarian with Spokane County Library District. It's been quite a year of doing science together with you guys. It's been so much fun for me. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. You can go back and see older episodes of Science from Home on SCLD's YouTube channel and Facebook page if you're looking for some science you might have missed. Today we're going to be making a really simple rocket. So let's get started. For this experiment, you're going to need some vinegar, baking soda, tissue or paper towel, something to help your rocket stand. I'm using 3 pencils, some heavy-duty tape like duct tape, scissors to cut that with, a plastic bottle, and then you're going to want some kind of cork. You don't want to use the cap that comes on your plastic bottle because whatever you use to stopper the bottle needs to be able to come out without unscrewing. So let's get started. We're going to begin by creating the stand for our rocket. I'm using my pencils for that. You might have other materials at home if you don't have unsharpened pencils that could work. I suspect this will work with if you used markers. Basically, you want something that we're going to tape these, your three legs equidistant apart around the outside of the empty bottle, and you want them to stick up about 2 inches or so from the top of the bottle, which is why I think something like markers will work, or maybe chopsticks. Just depends on what you have at your house. So here we go. Oops. Harder than it looks. Okay. Change of plans. We'll go like this. Okay, so I've got the structure for the rocket here. You can see it stands on its own. The pencils act like support posts, which in real life NASA rockets also have to help, because you have to have something to help the rocket stand up straight on the launch pad before it goes off. The next step is you want to fill the bottle about halfway full with vinegar. Not quite, that's not quite half. All right. And then you want to put about a tablespoon of baking soda into your tissue or your napkin. You want the barrier between covering the baking soda to be pretty thin, so I'm actually going to I'm going to remove the layers from the tissue. So I just have half of a tissue here, and I'm going to eyeball a tablespoon, but you want it to be a good amount. That looks like about a tablespoon to me. At this point, the rest of the experiment really needs to be done outside, because we are going to try and get this plastic bottle to take off like a rocket ship. So let's move outside. Okay, so now we have to work pretty fast. So I'm going to explain what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to go do it. So I have my baking soda here in my tissue. I'm gonna put it into the bottle put the stopper on, shake it really fast, and then I'm going to set it on my launch pad, and we're going to see what happens. Here I go. Well, I wish it went a little higher than it did, but that's okay. It was still pretty cool. This experiment actually combines several previous concepts that we've talked about into one experiment. So the rocket ship works because we created a reaction. And as we know from previous episodes, a reaction is when you combine two different substances, in this case baking soda and vinegar, to create a new substance. We created carbonic acid. We also know that baking soda and vinegar don't like to mix together because baking soda is a base and vinegar is an acid, and acids and bases don't get along. So after we force them together and they react to make carbonic acid, we can't really tell, but a second reaction occurs immediately afterwards. Carbonic acid is not particularly stable, so it breaks apart into water and carbon dioxide. We've talked about carbon dioxide a couple of times. It's a gas. And the bubbles that you see when you mix baking soda and vinegar together are actually the carbon dioxide. And the carbon dioxide gets released into the bottle because gases like to rise, but there's nowhere for the carbon dioxide to go because of the cork, the stopper in the bottle. So more and more gas gets released, and there's nowhere for it to go, and the pressure builds and it builds and it builds until finally something has to happen. And one of the things that could have happened is the bottle could have broken, but it didn't. Instead, the cork flew out, and the pressure pushes the cork out of the bottle, and then the mixture pours out of the bottle, and the bottle itself rises into the air. Can you think of why? This goes back to our good friend, Sir Isaac Newton, the scientist that we've talked about, again, a couple of times. He says that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So, when the cork comes out, and the baking soda and vinegar leave the bottle, they're actually pressing on the air that's right here below the bottle. So the air presses up equally and opposite, and it's the force of the air pressing against the baking soda vinegar mixture that's leaving the bottle that makes the bottle rise into the air. So we did reactions, we did Isaac Newton again, lots of good stuff. Again, this was the final episode of Science from Home. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you at a library branch soon.